Senator Wyden.
Thank you very much, Chairman Enzi and Senator Sanders. Colleagues, this is the amendment to give us the opportunity to secure the protection for our public lands and the opportunities that they present for our communities. This creates a deficit-neutral reserve fund for federal lands and secure rural schools, payment in lieu of taxes, and the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Each of these programs is a bonanza for rural America. They protect our public lands, clean water, wildlife, tourism, outdoor recreation. They support local businesses and local economies. And so often, these are the communities that say to Washington, D.C., are we just going to be left out of this debate? This ensures that rural America has a presence in this budget and in the priorities that are important to us. And it's important that they be linked. For example, secure rural schools, and many of you know that Senator Crapo and I have worked on this in a bipartisan way, have been linked in recent years, and it is to the betterment of both of the programs. For example, last year, in effect, PILT was really delinked from secure rural schools, so we saw many of our rural counties wake up with less support. And I think that was unfortunate. The Secure Rural Schools program is especially important because in addition to increasing logging in a sustainable fashion, and this is something else that I think can be done in a bipartisan way, we have to have a safety net for our communities where the federal government owns so much of our land and God has put the trees. The reality is you cannot get logging up alone high enough to not need the safety net as well. And that is why it has been so important since 2000. And Senator Crapo knows that our former colleague, Senator Craig, and I teamed up on that. Since then, there's been a large group of Westerners and others who represent communities that are heavily forested that have worked on it in a bipartisan way. And I think this amendment gives us a chance to once again link secure rural schools and payment in lieu of taxes and ensure that we go forward with respect to a forestry policy that does find a way to increase the harvest in a sustainable fashion while at the same time ensuring that we have the safety net that is so important for our communities. And I'll just close. I think every member of this committee understands that Americans place a high value on clean water, salmon, and wildlife habitat and the quality of life that public lands bring. I hope that this will win bipartisan support when we vote. And I know a number of colleagues have worked on these issues in the past, and I hope that we can come together and support these three critical programs through this amendment. And Chairman Enzi, I just yield back at this time.